Hi everybody, this is African Political Arena. Now, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, who also is or has been the main opposition leader in the longest opposition leader in the history of Kenya, has vied for 5 times to be the president of Kenya, but he has been unsuccessful. You ask yourself why, yet in any part of the world, the main opposition leader is actually the government in waiting. So the leader is actually the president in waiting, yet he has not been successful for all these years. Now, Kenyans do business freely. There are 42 tribes doing business freely without any issue. But when it comes to politics, it's a different ballgame altogether. For you to become the president, you must be backed by some communities. The first or the largest community in Kenya is actually the Kikuyu. And when you speak about Kikuyu, it's Kikuyu, Embu, Meru, they vote as a block. Then the second largest community in Kenya is actually the Luhya. The third largest community is the Kalenjin, where the current president come from. The fourth community is actually the Luo community, where Raila Amolo Odinga comes from. The fifth largest community is actually the Kambas. So if you don't come from these 5 tribes, getting to the top seat is a very hectic affair. It is not easy, honestly. I want us to concentrate on this tribal card because it has actually acted, or it has actually worked against Raila all through. Now, the two communities which don't mix politically are Kikuyus and of course Luos. Everybody knows that, especially if you're a Kenyan. Kikuyus and Luos don't mix politically. Other businesses they do together, but when it comes to politics, no. And this is an issue which was brought about by the very first president of Kenya, Kenyatta 1, plus the father to Raila Odinga. He was called Oginga Odinga. Raila's father plus the former president's father. Raila comes from Luo community, and Uhuru's father comes from the other that is Kikuyu community. So these two people, the first president plus the father of Raila, had issues, and these issues have actually escalated to their communities. Now, if you look at what happened in 2022, where the current president became the president simply because he did one thing. After Raila Odinga united with the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he started his campaign early. And being a very smart politician, that is the current president, he knew that going to Kikuyu community, if you get that tribe supporting you, you are almost there. So he started sort of making in-laws with that community, and they for sure voted for him. Now, simply because of this issue which has been there between these communities, Raila being the opposition leader for such a long time, of course he has been calling for demonstrations, and most of the people who show up for his demonstrations are from his community. Now, the Kikuyu community, they are the business owners, most of them, of course. When there are demonstrations, so they fear their property will be destroyed, or they fear some of the property which is destroyed is actually theirs. So in any election, they show up in their large numbers to ensure that Raila doesn't get into power, because most of them, they feel that their property will be destroyed. They don't feel safe under Raila's leadership. They feel maybe their property will not be, they'll be destroyed. At the same time, They also feel that probably Raila will revenge on what happened between his father and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's father. Anyway, let me know what you think on the comment section.